Hey everybody, Orpheolus here. Welcome back to Pokemon Sword and Shield. Last time, we climbed the Tower of Darkness and we get ourselves Urshifu. This time, we're wrapping up the Isle of Armor once and for all. I know, we procrastinated the main game enough that we did an entire DLC. Got ourselves a new Pokemon, and yeah, it's about time we depart this land. Yeah, I think I would really have to see Hop and beats out because it's been going on for quite too long. So to hang on here, a few changes are now available here. Right over here we get ourselves Resource Battle Court. So yeah, entry is strictly forbidden. We will not be able to go through there for quite a while. Next up though, over here, oh, that's not available until the post game. So I thought there was a Pokemon that we can get right now, but I guess we can't. Good to know. And that Pokemon wasn't really great to begin with. One thing to note though is that Urshifu will not be able to get its Gigantamax form quite yet. That won't be for a while, so this DLC is not done yet. We completed the base game stuff. There's more to the DLC, but it's not available for a while. This episode is primarily going to be focused on bios and such, because we have ourselves this guy here that we've kind of neglected for so long. Alright, remaining Diglett to be found. 00002 in Courageous Cavern, 5 in Loop Lagoon. The 2 in Courageous Cavern that require the Water Bike. Training Lowlands requires 1 with Water Bike. Water Possible done. Workout C. Stepping Stone Insular. So yes, those ones we need the Water Bike for. Oh, hello. Thanks to you, 104 more Diglett came back to me. You found 105 Diglett so far, so please find 46 more Diglett. Number Diglett you came back at 5, so I'll give this Pokemon to you. I met this Pokemon in Alola, just like my Diglett. And we obtained a Alolan Meowth. Alright then. So, I'll be going over these bios one at a time. Starting up with Alolan Meowth at 5 Pokemon. This Pokemon's bad, okay? I don't like Alolan Meowth. I think it's a terrible Pokemon. Its abilities are alright though. For abilities, Fur Code helps it survive. Technician boosts its already weak moves to decent status, but still pretty alright. But it does come with Rattle for this hidden ability, which is kinda meh in my opinion. As for moves, it naturally comes back with Nasty Plot with no special moves, except Power Gem. So yeah, you'll need to use a TR for Dark Pulse. It does learn quite a few interesting moves like Shadow Ball, Thunderbolt, and yeah. Compared to Berserker though, Alolan Meowth just does nothing to stand out, and it's a pass. Alright, if you find 10 Diglett, please talk to me. Alright then, we found 10 of them. Alright, so we'll give this Pokemon to you. The next one is Slowpoke. I've already kind of done this thing again. Just to keep it quick since we've already gone over this, Slow better defenses over Galarian, and you don't need the Tufts in order to evolve it into the other forms, which is 37 into Slowbro or King's Rock trade into Slowking. This is actually the only way to get Slowking before Crown Tundra came out, so yeah, it's an okay Pokemon. It's slow, it evolves kind of late. Regenerator though is a very good ability to have though. So yeah, it comes with its hidden ability. Alright, so we have 20 Pokemon. And that would be Alolan Vulpix. Alolan Vulpix is so close to being super good. As a Pokemon, it's fairly alright. Good special defense and speed. That's pretty much it though. Its ability though is really, really good. And that is a Snow Warning, which lets it come out with a with hail. That is a super, super good ability for Alolan Vulpix to have because Blizzard's going to be 100% accuracy. And plus, Ice is a pretty niche one. I would say of all the Blizzard setters, Alolan Vulpix is super good. It comes with some good moves too, such as Dazzling Gleam, Extra Sensory, Aurora Veil, which is super good because of Snow Warning it, which is already a very niche move, a lot more viable at the start. Teams, if you want, Solar Beam is there because why not? Dark Pulse, and yeah. Too bad the Icy Rock is not easily available to get. If the Icy Rock were available right now, I'd highly recommend Alolan Vulpix if you want an Ice-type team. I love Alolan Vulpix, one of my favorite Alolan Pokemon. It's so close to being super perfect. Alright then. So next up for 30 Pokemon, we get ourselves Sandshrew. Alolan Sandshrew we've already kind of done. But as a quick refresher on Alolan Sandshrew... Oh, we don't have Sandshrew in our decks yet. So Alolan Sandshrew is a decent Pokemon. It's a defensive Pokemon with high attack and defense, but it's slow with other stats. It has a little bit more special defense in the other form, it's also pretty slow compared to normal. As for moves, it can learn quite a few moves like Axle Crash and Metal Claw and Iron Head, all that fun stuff. It's a decent Pokemon, but its typing is pretty bad. Ice Steel has 2 quad weaknesses, and Ice Ice is the worst defensive type while Steel is the best, so combine the both and yeah. And plus they share a lot of overlap too. I think yeah, like 2 quad weaknesses, 2 pretty common types. And its stats are just kind of unremarkable, and of the 2, Alolan Vulpix is way better. Alright then. So next up we get ourselves 40, so let's go ahead and get ourselves an Alolan Raichu. A bit harder to get early on, but still really good. I love Alolan Raichu. Alolan Raichu is my favorite of the Pikachu clones. Hands down, I love this Pokemon a lot. It's a surfing Pokemon. As a Pokemon, it's pretty similar to normal Raichu with a little bit more of a special focus, sacrificing some of its physical nature, which is really good because I like a focused Pokemon instead of just being Jack of all trades, Master none. As a Pokemon, it gets a lot of the same moves as Raichu, except it gets a little bit more. Psychic, yeah, Thunderbolt also, which is really nice at the start. Yeah, these combined make Alolan Raichu a very good Pokemon to use throughout the game. Not only that, but you can come here immediately once you are able to come here and get this Pokemon. It has access to quite a few moves too also. With 110 special attack, it's really good. And it comes with, well, it comes with Surge Surfer, which is, It doesn't have a hidden ability, sadly, but it's still a really fun Pokemon. I love Alolan Raichu. So yeah. Next up, for 50 Diglett, go ahead and hand this in. We get ourselves a Alolan Marowak. Alolan Marowak is a pretty good Pokemon, all things considered. Rockhead, though, I wish it kind of had, but it's an okay Pokemon. As a Pokemon, it's identical in stats compared to normal Marowak. The main difference, though, about Alolan Marowak, though, is its move pool. It comes with Shadow Bone, which is a physical ghost-type move, and also that it comes with Flare Blitz, too, for its moves. As for other moves you can learn with TMs and TRs, you can learn like Stomping Tantrum and a few other moves. Generally, it's a decent Pokemon. Fire Ghost is a good typing, but sadly, though, there exists a super overpowered thing called Chandelure. Chandelure is just heavily outclasses for Ghost Fire needs, but it's still a pretty alright Pokemon. Yeah, not really else to say. Alright then. No need to give it a nickname, and I'll just send you to the box. Alright, now we need 75 Diglett. Here we are. And we get ourselves a Alolan Exeggutor. Oh hey, Exeggutor, about time we actually get you, because this is actually the earliest you can get Exeggutor. I already have an Alolan Exeggutor, actually. Blah, I cannot talk. So as a Pokemon, Alolan Exeggutor is semi-similar to normal Exeggutor, except it has a little bit more of a physical focus. As for its typing, Ice Grass is a unique typing, though it has quite a lot of weaknesses too. So yeah, so some moves there pretty similar compared to normal Exeggutor. It comes off the bat with Dragon Hammer, which is super good for a physical Dragon type move. Doesn't really have too much elsewise. Some other very good moves you can teach it include Seed Bomb, Side Shock, Wood Hammer, Leaf Storm, Extrasensory, right off the start too, which makes it a very powerful Pokemon. And plus, it does come with quite a few levels off the bat too, making it a very strong Pokemon. Yeah, compared to normal Exeggutor though, it is slower. It trades 10 of its speed into an attack, so it's a little bit more of a physical attacker, but its mixed nature make it a pretty diverse Pokemon to use. Not only that, but it does have access to quite a few other TMs and TRs too, if you so seek, but its TM pool, its natural learn-up move is really good. Sadly though, it's a lot more physical, but all around, it's a really good Pokemon to use if you want to use a Dragon-type Pokemon. Alright then, and for our big reward for 100 Diglett, we get ourselves Litton. A hard Pokemon to get naturally. So yeah, Litton does not come with a Dex entry, as this is a special Pokemon. I'll send this to the box. To the litter box! So we need to find every single Diglett for the last reward. However, that last reward is not really worth it, and really, the good rewards end here. So now, as for the final bio, we get ourselves Rowlet if you started with Grookey. Rowlet is a good Alola boy with an interesting that all 3 Alolan starters have their hidden abilities. Rowlet is a well-rounded yet slow grass-type Pokemon. Well, to beat Grass goes once it evolves to its final evolution. Decidueye is a nice well-rounded Pokemon with mixed attacking stats and fast for Alolan standards. But speed is kind of slow, but that's Alola's problem. It's the fastest of the Alolan starters. Move-wise, Spirit Shackle is a great move to use, as its attack is it's slightly higher than its special attack. Leaf Storm is also really nice to run because of its mixed stats. Brave Bird, Leaf Blade are also in the pools. As for TRs, not so hot. It does have some good teams like Psycho Cut, but it's not really easy to get. Same with the Acrobatics. Problem with the starters though, they start at level 5. So yeah, it's also the same same type as your normal starter, so yeah, there's already a level disadvantage there, but all around, I like Rowlet. It's a fun Pokemon. Next up for Litton, if you started with Scorbunny, a Smash Bros. Representative that's slightly higher in competitive, well, I guess. I really don't like using Incineroar in Smash Bros. But compared to Jigglypuff, but it's still a pretty alright Pokemon. It evolves into a Incineroar, which is a powerhouse. Packing Intimidate, it's already a super good Pokemon competitively. Stat-wise, it's a hard-hitting Pokemon to take down. 90 in the defenses and HP makes it a hard Pokemon to take down, on top of 115 attack, making it a very strong Pokemon. Downside though is that it's slow with only 60 speed. Move-wise, Darkest Lariat is in the starting move pool, though other Pokemon can learn it now since it's now a more rarely accessible move. Physical Fire-type moves are hard to get. Fire Punch and TM or Flare Blitz at level 68. Drain Punch is nice and run for healing. As for TRs, Earthquake, Superpower, Leech Life, Iron Head, it is a very good Pokemon to use. I'd argue that it's better than normal Scorbunny though. Though you'd probably pass the 6th gym, well I guess I already passed the 3rd gym. Well, I get it at the start though. Yeah, my notes are wrong, but yeah. It's a few levels behind, but all around it's a pretty nice Pokemon to use. And lastly is Popplio. Popplio is an alright water fairy type Pokemon. Comes with Liquid Voice, so Sound type moves will be water type, making Hybrid Voice a good move to use. There is Sparking Aria as a signature move, but it's nothing very special because it moves burns, but it's not too common. Fairy moves are kind of few and far between until 51 with Moonblast, so TMs and TRs, Ice Beam and Psychic are good to use, Shadow Ball and Energy Ball, and Dazzling Gleam also, just for the time being. One of the good things about Primarina is that special attack is really good. I think one of the highest attacks in general at 126. It's a hard-hitting Pokemon for sure. Downside though is that it's also very slow. A good Pokemon to use, and yes, sadly like other lone Pokemon, they are kind of steep with requirements and they're also pretty low leveled. Holy hell, my voice is dead. Alright then, so some other fun things to note. Alolan Raichu starts at level 30. This is already going to be a sweeping Pokemon. Yeah, its move pools are kind of crappy, but level 30. Not only that. Oh, I guess they're also level 30. Very strong. I think these actually scale up a little bit, because I remember Alolan Exeggutor in my first playthrough being 45 or so. Yeah, that's terrible. Yeah, Rocket's alright though. So yeah, Harvest is Exeggutor's hidden ability. And Intimidate there too. Yeah, that is actually really good. Level 30 at the start. I think this actually scales towards where you are in the game. At least I think. I remember Raichu being level 30. It's still a very strong Pokemon to use in. Of all of these, getting it up to however many Pokemon you need for Raichu, I think it's like 40 or 50, something like that. Yeah, 40 for Alolan Raichu. I would say this is probably the best reward for a playthrough because it's really good. I really like Alolan Raichu. And then Vulpix is also a good Pokemon to use. Alright then, since, well, we're kind of in cleanup mode now. One last thing you can do now is that once you have visited the towers, after, well, you've trained things up, you can now use them as a skip travel location. And now, I'm finally going to get my bloody skip travel location so I don't have to travel all the way across the island to avoid one little river if I want to go to Challenge Beach. I'm finally getting this knocked out. Meh. Alright then, so heading back here to the Tower of Waters. If you try to go in though, even though you're committed to their tower, this is Tower of Waters. You have ratios in the Tower of Darkness. This tower is no longer open to you. So yeah, you get shut out. It's kind of things like, no, you've already chosen your pathway, you cannot do this. But we now finally have a skip travel location, at long last. And if you try to re-enter the Tower of Darkness though, we can. So you're free to scale this tower once again. However though, there's not really much purpose. All the students here have already fled, so there's not really much of a purpose to come back here. Just seeing what's at the top of this pagoda. Go ahead and investigate this little pile here. Bunch of mats here. And we get ourselves, wow, that's an impressive scroll. Indeed, so that's the reward for coming back here. It's like, wow. So yeah, that's really about it there for just the bonus stuff. There's more to the Isle of Armor, but I think we will need to have a water bike in order to access more of the Isle of Armor. So yeah, so this is kind of like a quick wrap-up episode. Not really too much, just kind of one of those filler things because you gotta somehow pad out the time. Alright then. So with this, we have access pretty much everywhere on the island that we need to. However though, we don't have access to any of these islands though. We'll have to come back there at a later point in time. Alright then. So with that all done, it is about time we go do the final bios here. Namely, trade evolutions of Pokemon that you can get here. So yeah, so I'm just using this time to kind of wrap up the miscellaneous trades you can do with various NPCs around the island. You can trade Galarian Meowth into normal Meowth. The first new Pokemon is going to be normal Farfetch if you trade Galarian Farfetch, which is only in Sword. Terrible Pokemon, do not recommend. It has terrible stats, does not have access to Surf Fetch. Okay, abilities I guess, I mean Defiance alright, but its stats are just lackluster. It's a sad victim of Genuine-itis when it was already a forgotten Pokemon, and yeah, overall, it's not worth it. Next up is Corso for trading Galarian Cursola, which you can get pretty soon. Kind of like Farfetch, it gets a super overpowered a Galarian form evolution. Its base form, it was forgotten to the sands of time. Normal Corsola is not a good Pokemon. Yeah, Rock Water is a decent typing, I guess. Many weaknesses, but its stats are just lackluster. Doesn't stand up too much. Its stats are okay, I guess, in defenses, but overall, it's just a pretty beloved Pokemon, and it's a pass. Next up is Ponita. Normal Ponita is a pretty alright fire-type Pokemon. It's a fast Pokemon with good mixed attacking stats. Its defenses are alright. Unlike other Pokemon you get here, this form is actually pretty good. I guess. Good compared to the others, but it's still not fantastic. It requires a Galarian Ponita, which is Shield exclusive and obtained in a bit. It comes to level 15, which is arguably behind the curve because Galarian Ponita is like level 40, so yeah. I mean, Fire type is a pretty nice typing for it too. One of the original Fire type Pokemon in Sinnoh, one of the only two available. It's a fast Pokemon, nice mixed moves such as Drill Run, I do believe, Flare Blitz, Mega Horn, all that fun stuff. It has a pretty nice move pool for Fire-type standards. Not super fantastic, but it's generally alright. If we're available much earlier on, then yeah, I'd recommend it, but with it being so late, eh. Next up is Mr. Mime. He requires a Galarian Mr. Mime, just so I can get this knocked out. You can get normal Mr. Mime later on in the game, so don't worry about it. As a Pokemon, it's a very defensive Pokemon, having high special defense and such. Other stats are generally alright. Speed's pretty good. Its special attacks are right. Terrible physical stats. It's your normal Psychic type Flare, having diverse move pools such as Psychic, the Screens, which is kind of its main trademark back in the day. It can also learn Dazzling Gleam too, since it's a Fairy type Pokemon. I'd say it's roughly about equivalent to Mr. Rhyme, but its stats are just lukewarm, I guess. I prefer the Galarian form just because Mr. Rhyme is a little bit better, but still Mr. Mime is pretty comparable to Mr. Rhyme. Galarian Mr. Mime doesn't really stand out too much. Next up is Darumaka for Pokemon Sword. Darumaka is actually a very powerful Fire-type Pokemon, bolstering very high attack. It comes with Inner Focus, which goes into its Zen form. Zen form Darmanitan is terrible. Like, terrible, terrible, terrible. It inverts its stupidly high attack stat into its special attack, and its special attack is garbage. It requires under half health. It trades all its speed for defenses, which is kind of pointless. It's a terrible form, and really, you're better off using your ability capsule to get it to an actually decent ability, like Sheer Force. However, though, main downside, though, is that Darumaka is required for the trade, and Galarian Darumaka is already stupidly overpowered, like one of the best Pokemon in the game. So yeah, just kind of this downside is that its Galarian form is already super overpowered, but still, normal Darumaka is a very strong Pokemon, and I like it a little bit better than Ponita. It is Sword exclusive, though. Next up is normal Zigzagoon. Okay, I guess. It comes with Quick Feet, which increases its speed when it's under status limit, but it's not really too useful. I guess Poison. It's okay at best. You can trade it with the Galarian Zigzagoon, which is pretty nice you can get. It's level 15, which is already a little bit ahead of the curve when you can normally get it. But overall, it's a decent Pokemon. Galarian Zigzagoon is better because it has Obstagoon. Normal Linoon is just lukewarm, and I just kind of say pass. Next up is Stunfisk. Stunfisk is an okay Pokemon, I guess. It's a Jack of all trades, master none. It's more of a special attacking Pokemon compared to normal Stunfisk. Electric Ground is unique typing, weak to itself, so yeah. It does have access to quite a few status moves. It's more of a defensive Pokemon. Generally not super fantastic. It's okay, but not like super overpowered. It's just kind of there and kind of forgotten. Yeah, and I did a list of Pokemon I can remember from Unova. It was one of them that I forgot. Kind of standard, though. Next up is Wheezing. Normal Wheezing, It has Levitator and Neutralizing Gas. It's Poison compared to Poison Fury. It's generally identical to Galarian, yeah, it's pretty much identical to Galarian Wheezing, just doesn't have the fairy typing, similar moves, similar pretty much everything. Explodes, good defense, and it comes at level 15, which is a little bit low level because normal Wheezing evolves at level like 45 or something like that. No, level 35. So it requires quite a lot of time before you can actually get a Galarian Wheezing, so it's quite a long wait, and overall I kind of say pass, just because Galarian Wheezing will have the level advantage. And then lastly, you can get Alolan Exeggutor and Alolan Marowak here too. Since you can already get them from the Diglett trader, I'm not going to go over them, but they're the last trades that you can get here. Holy hell, my voice is dead. So I guess with that all done. Yeah, that was quite a lot of bios, so with that all done, I believe we are finally done here in the Isle of Armor. It was quite a fun excursion. Took quite a while, but I think with that all done, it's time that we head back to the wild area. Enough with this long detour. Heading back out here. It has been a long time, but it's about time we go progress the normal game. But before we do so, there's one last thing that we're going to do. I know kind of a lot of detours, and that's going to be back here in Modestoke. Alright then, so heading on into the Pokemon Center. I guess I don't really need the Pokemon Center. What I meant to say is over here in the boutique. Some new things have opened up though now that we've been to the Isle of Armor with the Beauty Pass. And that is, we now have access to some new clothing. Oh my goodness, Bank Department, is that a style card you have there? Those cards give off stuff of legend. Only the freshest fashion mavens and Galarian can carry them. Alright then, so we have ourselves some new items in the store. These are things that are exclusive to, well, I guess I should probably take off my jacket. Alright, take off outerwear, so yeah. So we have ourselves some new clothing available, such as some cool decor here. Okay, that actually kind of looks like Rex using his sword. So yes, we get ourselves some new casualties, which are really cool. And I guess, Middlemarch. No new jackets, no new pants, no new socks, no new there. I thought we could have access to more. Okay, we do have access to a few new hats, but we can't really wear them because Man Bun takes priority. So these bucket hats, they are the bucket hats used by the trainers of Alola. So yeah. And also we have ourselves no new glasses and no new gloves. Alright, I'm done shopping for now. So I think it's time we actually go ahead and strip on down. We have completed our training, so we are done there. So I'll see you guys back out here once I'm back into my normal clothing. Oh yeah, I almost forgot that Wedge Shirts has a boutique here too. To be honest, I keep on forgetting that Wedge Shirts exists. Alright then, so there's new casualties here, I guess. Take off outerwear. Yeah, we get ourselves Field Lance and... Okay, that's actually kind of cool. Yeah, it's just new casualties there. I don't think there's anything else new. Hope we get ourselves some Dynamax hats that look kind of like Leon's hats, but don't really need them. Alright, just thought I'd show that. Alright, fresh as a mint. So, with that all done, we are finally done with the Isle of Armor DLC. So the rest of the main game is going to progress kind of like I kind of ignore the Isle of Armor until we get the water bikes, but that won't be for a while. So yeah, at this point in time, I'll be reverting back to my normal team. Alright, one thing I probably should show off though is what happens when you use a mint. So, during the Isle of Armor I did pick up a serious mint. I'm going ahead and using this on Raichu. And it does take a while for it to update since it has to cycle through everything, so... Huzzah, I guess. And I guess the last thing we're going to do... Cremuse is now holding the mint. So, how do we evolve Cremuse? Evolve an Alcremie. That involves getting the mints of sorts. So once it has one of the sweets, you can make that to a Pokemon and then spin. I'm spinning this counterclockwise for as long as I can. So the time of day, how long you spin, the direction you spin, will determine what form you get. So I'm just spinning as long as I can. It's been more than 5 seconds. I'm just trying to see how long we can spin. Spinning in circles! Celebrating my freedom from DLC! Celebrating the fact that I don't have to deal with battle cafes anymore because it's been going on for very too long. It's like it took me 2 weeks and I actually get it because I got every single item instead of the one I actually want. So now I'm going to have to spend a bit more and more and more because I'm trying to lose my train of thought. I'm just going to do anything I'm going through. Okay, I can't think of any more. Okay, let's stop. And we got Alcremie. Alright then, the moment it evolved, it took on a mixed flavor because the way it cells spontaneously shift during evolution. So, there's a reason why I went in counterclockwise for that long. Once I move Decorate. I'll be good, it's good for multiplayer but not for single player. At long last, Alcremie, we have. I'm sorry, Alcremie, that you were stuck in the rafters for so long. So with this, we have ourselves 5 members of our team, and we now have a full B team too. Yeah, kind of fun how we kind of shifted things around a little bit. So yeah, we have ourselves our 2 team members. I guess our second full team. Urshifu, Rotbart, Gauss, Motor, and Masamune. You know, Masamune really didn't get too much. So you have 10 of our 10-12 party members. And I know the last 2 that we'll be using. But we've done enough fapping around for like 6 episodes. I think it's time that we finally be free of, well, derping around. And we have ourselves the not-so-great wild area coming up. I'm sure Hop and Beat's fight has been going on really well. They've been fighting on for so long. Then again, I know some animes have had out their fights for like 20 episodes long. They'll be fine. So, with this all done, we've done quite a bit this episode. We gone over some trade evolutions, like get some trading Pokemon you can get. 3 words for a Diglett. We got ourselves a new evolution under our belts. Next time in Pokemon Sword and Shield. We explore the remainder of the wild area since, well, we're a lot stronger now. There's some new Pokemon for us to catch, and potentially head off towards Hammerlock. It's about time we get our adventure back on track. I will see you all then.